It. It's gonna act like an ass. Alright. We're gonna have the Rice household. But who else do we need? Who else do we need in the house? And Chris and I. Now what? I think we need a pet. We need cat. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. Alright, the share the screen doesn't work for me for some reason. Yeah. Wait a minute, how do I add it what breed you are? How do I change what she looks like? Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, the head shape. Cheney, what do you look like? Come here. Oh my god, you can change this. How do you not have pets? Do you see the cat? You got some big as fuck eyes, too. What the fuck? Yay! Yay! What color do I paint my cat? Yes. Do you hear me? Cheney, what do you look like? What the fuck is this? Mmm. May hang on. Alright, tell me if that cuts it off, because if not, I'm not sure how. Okay, see, hello? There's pet clothing! Hello? Oh, yeah, then. Oh my god. Look what, oh my god, look at what you could do with a cat. Look at all the outfits! I'm in heaven. That's what she's gonna look like right there. Why does she look derpy? She's a sophisticated. Nah, she's just gonna be naked with a shark head. Oh my god, look at all the patterns of the cat. Cheney, what do you look like? Don't look like that. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate to you. Oh god, this cat has seen some shit. Oh, I can get phones? Yeah. Okay. What's up? Is the Can you still see the stream? Did you see Chris? Hang on. I don't get it. I don't know how to make that stop. I really don't. Because I had the settings switched off. Hold up. Voice chat settings.
Oh, because
All
you're
right, let's.
streaming or something, are you?
Yeah, so that way she can watch me play The Sims. All right, so.
Sims 4.
Oh my
Again, no
God.
DLC for The Sims 4. There's any.
No,
Be
I
a
just decided to
overpriced
play it.
DLC for a new couch and a new occupation for your sim.
Mm-mm. Can y'all hear me still? Hello? See, Chris is holding the fucking cat every time. I keep changing the portrait, but he keeps holding it.
Or like a shotgun, like you do.
Yeah, I hold mine like a shotgun. There we go. Do you remember the mother load cheat? V? V! Do you remember the mother load cheat? Because I don't. Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Do you remember the mother load cheat? Alright, I'm gonna need some of that mother load. I normally never cheat, but you know. Alright. Yeah, but where do you go type that in at? What menu? Hold on. Okay, so L1, R1. Oh, okay. Okay, now what do I type in? Testing cheats? So you do testing cheats, like, uh, okay, one word, right? Oh, cheats are disabled. Oh, testing cheats on. All right, now motherload. Oh, give money. That Pinkies. Motherfucker. Oh, it's typed differently. So what's going on, Gyro? What's going on with your life?
Nothing too productive. Yeah, just yeah. Well, I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? Well, I'm sure you won't be surprised, but I have been diagnosed autistic within the
God.
last few months. I guess you don't know that, but yeah, it's apparently. Although I don't know if they're just gaslighting me. uh, but no, no. But seriously. No, but yeah, no, that's the thing, and it kind of explains a lot, actually. Um,
Alright.
doesn't it? I mean, just yeah, and I think it's around the moderate side of things, so it's not severe, but yeah, it's like ASD level 2. Oh, there's a 20-page report I've got. Uh, yeah. I was there for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and they were asking a bunch of questions and stuff. And then, within a few weeks, like a month later, they managed to, you know, write up a 20-page report from their findings, and followed by after the appointment, it was like in August or something. There was like a bunch of surveys, a shitload of surveys with a bunch of questions and stuff. Um,
Now I gotta figure out how to put a.
ooh, apparently I ticked a bunch of boxes. Yeah, I did. Um, yeah. Yeah, no, it does. It absolutely
Shit.
does. There's only a few things that don't, but then that's not their fault, really. It's probably something I said. But no, 95% of it
Fuck.
checks out. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, fair enough. And I really should look further into things. Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, I really should look further into things on how to, like, how to live with this, It's just like, well, how the hell am I gonna rehabilitate, let alone, because a lot of people talk about when it comes to mental illness and mental health in general is rehabilitation. And it's like, hang on, some of us haven't even been habilitated to be rehabilitated.
Oh
So it's like,
shit.
you know what I mean? So it's like there's levels to
Uh.
coping and living and, the strains of being and stuff like that. It's, yeah, a little bit, yeah. Well, given I'm still living with Dad and Chris, I'm triggered with every day. Of course, there's so much they do
I'm
that really
triggered.
triggers me. I can't tell you how much they trigger me,
Fuck.
but that's just you just kind of have to put up with that. But and that's okay. Oh, Chris, easily. It's
Oh
just,
my god.
but oh, well, depends on what you mean now. No, you could ask Sammy the same question. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't know. No, I mean, okay, I hardly get out very much, so that's more of a question of social. Like in a social setting, absolutely, I would be overstimulated and but yeah, no, there are sensory elements to it all, and I didn't realize that
Oh,
even
that sucks.
like
Okay.
certain, yeah, no, there's a lot that would, like touch is very sensitive. Like if
Perfect.
somebody accidentally grazes me or accidentally touches my hand, I recoil. Like, "Ooh," I flinch like a cat seeing a cucumber, as if it's a snake. I don't know if you've seen those videos of cats and cucumbers, but that's how I feel whenever there's any kind of woo woo. So
Ugh.
touch is
Ah.
quite sensitive. I've, but other than that, yeah. Uh, You should probably get yourself tested, by the way. Because,
Mm.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's closure. It's a, yeah. You'd be surprised. Well, right. Yeah. depends on how well you can mask. Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's part of the that can be a part of the scale. Mm, not really. I mean, I tend to put up with a lot of things. That's the thing. There's a lot of like logic kind of
Oh
rewiring I've
shit.
done to myself over the years. There's certain things I've kind of told myself and taught myself to kind of rewire certain things so that they don't bother me anymore. Like, but certain things used to really bother me, but I've kind of gotten used to it and I've kind of gotten over a lot of that. Um, but no, I mean, OCD is a different thing. That's obviously that can represent itself no matter what else is apparent. That could OCD can represent itself in neuronormative people, like just normal, allistic. Actually, the opposite of autistic is allistic, which is an interesting word you never hear, but it's like just
You
most
recognize this
people.
house? What's it look like?
It's not the house. It's not the house you built in Minecraft, is it?
Nah, it's the Anne Rice house. I think I may need to move some stuff because it's gonna get blocked.
Oh wow, did you get the floor plan for it and everything? Like, got in
It,
touch with the architect, and then.
well, I mean, there's a lot of people that love it. I mean, isn't it beautiful?
You're beautiful, SpongeBob.
I'm about to put the free will on and see what happens. Well, where is it? I need to find that. Free will on The Sims 3 was wild, but it felt way more authentic. How am I supposed to autonomy full? Oh boy. Oh, disabled for one selective sim. Auto age. No.
Yeah. Mm, well, yeah. I mean, there are definitely the hyperfixations things and the obsessive kind of elements for yeah. That can
Right.
be a thing. Um. Mm.
Wait, where's my
Uh,
cat?
it's probably video games, realistically, but it used to be astronomy and stuff like that. I used to be quite into that as a kid. Yeah, I used to love that kind of stuff as a teenager, but I haven't gone back into that. Boy, that seems
Where's
like a lifetime ago. I can't believe.
Janie? What is she
Uh,
doing?
I used to buy like astronomy magazines and used to get really
What are
into
you
that and
doing,
used
Janie?
to stare at the night sky and used to just be in amazement at the universe. Still am, of course. That hasn't changed. It's still like if I'm out at night time, I have to look up. I
What is
can't
she
not look up,
doing?
kind of see where things are at and stuff. Yeah, but that was definitely a thing. And but no, I'd say I've got tens of thousands of in-game screenshots, so that's probably what there's a lot of happy snapping that I have a tendency to do, which is like apparently a
Oh
lot
my
of
god!
autists
Look
tend
at her!
to collect things or organize things in some way, or just have things. I guess that's to your point of the OCD nature. It's just structure and organizational,
I love the
which
cat.
for me, I guess it was tens of thousands of screenshots, which I didn't realize was such a. I was like, wow, I mentioned that in the interview, and they were like, oh yeah, no, yep, that's yep, and I'm like, oh. Okay. It's like, yeah, say no more. So the last time I transferred those to an external storage device was a few years ago before the PS5, and it was like something in the realm of 87,000 screenshots. I don't know what it's at now. Yeah, yeah, that was years ago though. It's probably a lot more now. I mean, just on this PS5, there's like 26 to 27 gigabytes just in screenshots. That's not even video. Yeah, there's a lot. So I guess that's a digital record of the last 10 years of what I've been up to. And also, I used to like listen to like
Oh,
jazz
I'm holding
radio and
Janie.
I used to write down, like, I had little notebooks full of like artists, album, song titles, track titles, and the year in which it was made and all that kind of stuff, and just had to get the information right to consult later on. Just to like, oh, I heard a really good song. I have to know what that is. So I'd just write it. I'd try and go to the website and write it down and stuff. Um, so there was notebooks filled full of that, which I could look back on now and think, oh, that's cool. I could see if it's on Spotify. If I, have a hankering for listening to some stuff I used to hear like 15 years ago, I
I
can
need to
try and
buy her
track it
things.
down.
Build mode.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I had a, yeah, right, totally. Yeah, and even recently I've got envelopes full of stuff. And before they got rid of PlayStation Video, I used to, because I bought like 1,000 movies on PlayStation. I can still watch them, but you just can't buy any more because I bought a shitload. I've got over 2,000 digital games, by the way. That's a problem. That's a problem, to be honest. Yeah, it's getting it's a bit much, honestly. I haven't played 90% of them, and I should probably get around to it. That's probably a 69. Like, wow, okay, impressive. Ah, okay.
Oh
Ah, I
Lord.
see.
Yeah, we all gotta play.
Uh, yeah.
Shit, where am I gonna put her pet bed at?
Oh, speaking of games, I recently picked up Grand Taxi Auto.
Jesus Christ.
I know it's terrible. It's probably a shit game. And it was half price. I'm like, fuck, it was on my wish list anyway. Jesus Christ, it's only got 2 stars on the store, which a game's got to be special to have 2 stars on PlayStation. PlayStation players are, they're fairly generous when it comes to their review system compared to Steam. But yeah,
Look, 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 look.
uh, oh, I used to do that. It's funny. Years ago, I used to always have the wallet top-ups, always. Uh, Up until the pandemic, really, is when it was kind of. But before then, even I didn't like. It took a long time. And I'll just use PayPal because that's more secure than having a credit card. I wouldn't be comfortable having the debit card on there. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But this Sony's not the most secure. But at the same time, yeah, no, it's PayPal, which is another layer of security because that's its own payment service,
Um,
which is fairly secure. So that's generally what I use. But that's tapped directly into the bank account as well, so it's.
but it's another layer of security, in other words. That's why I
Yeah.
use it. Sorry, this gameplay is not very riveting right now. This is literally Anne Rice's, like, Louisiana house.
Well, Louisiana Bayou.
Louisiana Bayou. I'm gonna go flirt. I'm gonna tell a gross joke.
Is that song in the remaster?
Is it what?
Is that song in the remaster? Amos Lee
I have no idea.
on K Rose? Oh,
Oh!
you know.
Oh my god, the cat's on the counter! Look at her! And still playing. Why does he look so pissed off? I think I pissed him off. Or that's just how he looks. Yeah, that's just how he looks, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
if it's
oh.
something like, I could probably. Here's the thing though, like all these 2000 games, I could probably, if you'd ever want, like, I don't know, this I would never shut the fuck up if I was told, hey, look, can you tell me a little something about each one of those games,
Hell yeah, I like
and I'd be like,
mischief.
okay, I could,
Oh yeah, I pissed
uh,
him off.
bit of mischief, eh? Yeah, probably at least a paragraph of info. Well, just at least at the bare minimum, it will be a sentence. A bare minimum. You'd be like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, this, that, and the other. Like, for instance, there's one of these games I purchased recently called Supraland, 6 inches under, which is a dig into a. It's an FPS adventure game with a very unique styling, and I think it's a puzzle game. And it was super cheap, so I picked it up. Underworld exploration and first-person puzzling. It's got a very suggestive title, but it's a fun indie puzzle
Uh,
adventure published by Humble Games a few years ago. Believe it or not, it's in first person, so it's like all the screenshots you're seeing aren't, that's not third person. I thought it was third person actually, but no, it's actually first person. Uh, yeah, it was on sale, so I picked it up.
shit, how do I get ingredients?
Super
What the
easy.
fuck?
I don't know if you guys have played Halo, but the gameplay feels a lot like that. Um, with portals. So it's an alpha at the moment,
Alright,
so
and you're gonna
like a couple of
cook
like another
rice
day or
cake.
two it's available for. But it's
Can
coming
I?
out later this year as a free-to-play game. Uh, it's a lot of fun. Splitgate 2. Pretty,
Oh my god.
well, you'll have. Hmm. So you've not thought of playing Payday 3 then? It's a heist game. It's all about heisting. It's a fun game. Played it with Sushi and
I
Co.
love Payday. Oh my god, look at this house.
Or even High on Life. It's from the one of the guys behind Rick and Morty, his game development studio. So it's got that kind of humor.
Who the
High
fuck are
on
you?
Life. It's an FP. No, no, I haven't even played it. But it's like a, yeah. No. Well, that's the crazy thing is I could probably tell you a lot about these games that I've never even played. But in the case of High on Life, it's was it Justin Roiland, Squanch Games in the same
Damn,
studio
man, you already cooked that?
does does some of those animated stuff.
I love
Ooh,
the Stanley Parable. I love the
yeah, it's a
Stanley
very
Parable. It's a
yeah
classic.
that game. It is a classic. It originally came. The original release was from 2013. If you
Mm-hmm.
interestingly, there's a game coming up called Wonder Stop coming in just in a couple of
Mm-hmm.
weeks, which is from same one of the same developers, Davey Reed, and who did the Stanley Parable. Yeah, no, the Stanley Parable is kind of a puzzle game. It's a very fourth wall experience that deconstructs the medium and the interactive art that it is. So basically, it's a game that's very self-aware that it's a game. There's a narrator, and you're the player, and you're playing Stanley, and there's a narrator who's constantly narrating what's going on and telling you what to do. Now, in a game, you can defy what the game tries to tell you what to do. So it's like, and Stanley saw two doors, and he went through the door on his left.
I
And you could just
always
go on the door.
rebel.
Yeah, you could exactly. You could choose the door on the right and say, "Well, okay, Stanley, but that's not
It's
that's
that's what a parable is. You have multiple options, multiple endings.
well, yeah, a parable is like a morality tale of, you know,
That too. You're given a
like
set of like red pill, blue pill.
well, I mean, the Bible's full of parables, for instance, like the parable of Job. It's all about sort of a moral test of and a tale of you know what to do, what not to do, and that's the irony of it all is that you can choose not to do in the way that the narrator narrates you to do, which is really what's interesting about it. And of course, and that's where the fourth wall, or the fourth curtain, or whatever you want
This
to call
house
it,
is a
comes
little
into
too
play
enclosed.
for the player. Yeah, well, there's a yeah, but it's just yeah, it's all about yeah. It basically yeah, it's like it kind of it's a very game developer kind of game because it's like oh look, this is what games try to make you do, and this is a very self-aware game. So we've played games all our lives, and you play the game and you can't help but
He's
laugh at
embarrassed.
times because there's
Ew.
like there's a broom closet you go into, and the narrator is nuts that you spend so much time in this broom closet because it's like it's got nothing to do. Anybody reacts to it, so there's player reactivity to action, and it's kind of features Stanley Parable 2 in a we deal out of it. It's just it's funny. It's funny. There's a hole you can jump into, and it's an infinite hole, or is it? I mean, there's all sorts of funny referential moments that are quite memorable, and yeah, it's a fun experience. It's just you have to play, you have to experiment and explore, and just go wherever you want to go, and go where the narrator doesn't want you to go, or you could just play it completely straight and follow orders like a good player would, playing any other game, you know what I mean? Like you're playing an RPG and they tell you to collect chicken feathers and you go do it, and then you hand them back for your gold, there you go. With this, it's a different question. It's like, what do I need this for? Why do I bother? You don't have to bother at all. So there's interesting design, and how it explores of game development and implementation. It's will as such. A bit like the Matrix that Sammy mentioned earlier, actually, to think about. And it's one of those things where you can take a step back every time you do something and realize, huh, what does this mean? And try and analyze it, so it's quite interesting. It's a good, it's a good game. There's a lot to it. There's a, yeah. Well, that's another statistic too. Apparently, is that 75% of homeless people are autistic. You know, isn't that crazy? And only 16% of autistic people actually have a job. So it's tough. It's genuinely tough because there's a certain kind of the cognitive infrastructure just isn't there to deal with it. Like, we just can't deal with normal processes and stuff and expectations. And it's like, you get caught up in various logic loops and all sorts of shit. Like, I'm convinced, if Einstein were around today, he'd be in the fucking gutter right now, languishing in
In the
fucking
fucking
LA or something.
gutter.
No, really, he'd be on the streets of San Diego, you know. Hello, sir, could you spare a dime, mister? You know. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. There's, you know, yeah, absolutely. No, it is scary, yeah. I mean, so much is, you know, report is that it's not a report, Jesus Christ, I'm not actually, yeah. So
Hi,
I have a
Maz.
tendency, right, so there's sorry, so there's like a tendency for me to kind of appear all jocular and jovial and cheerful and happy and like, hey, and charismatic, but I'm completely torn up inside and kind of broken and just putting on a face really so
Cheney.
that I can
Cheney's
blend
eating
in
shit off the counter.
because I'm not really from planet Earth at all. I'm from the Andromeda Galaxy. I'm not from here. I'm an alien. So I'm just like, how do I blend into this species? I don't know. So it's that kind of thing where it's, and so the question of occupation is a really scary prospect because I have no fucking idea how to go about any of it at all. It's like I literally would be like that guy from was it French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun? You know, the squinty guy. Yeah, that would be me. I wouldn't be. I could. Fucked if I know. You know. Oh yeah. Oh. Uh, a little bit, yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny you mention that because there's a really heightened instance of the the really highest heightened version of this is when I was having the psychosis back in 2011, um, in early September of that year. I was in like a support worker's car and they were driving me to a hospital, which I didn't really know what was going on at the time. Um, but I was in the back seat and there was traffic, oncoming traffic, and I literally leapt forward and said, "Hey, look, be careful! Look out! Look out! You know, there's cars right, which is a really heightened version of what I would normally feel, which is, pretty paranoid. Or, well, it's been a long time since I took public transportation. Probably 6 years before the pandemic. Probably since 2019. Yeah, yeah. 2019 was probably the last time I took public transport. I have to say. Not so much anymore, no. Nah.
Uh-uh. I'm still streaming. Oh no, I might end stream. I'm gonna save it. Blocks. Yeah. Yeah. I was afraid of that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hang on.
Oh no, I may go to bed.